Hi, this is Grace Power, and I'm with My Gold Sugar. Today I'm going to be talking about the differences between the medium soft, the medium, and the soft sugars that are part of the My Gold Sugar line. If you saw my previous video, you already learned about the medium firm and firm sugars, and this is the second video in a series of 10 videos on how to get started with sugaring. So the medium sugar is a very, just an all-around good sugar. So if you're looking, especially if you're a professional and you're in a salon and you just want to have one sugar, a lot of times the medium will cover everything. It's soft enough that it's not going to be too hard on your hands to work with when you're doing large areas like legs and backs and arms. But it's also coarse enough, firm enough that it's going to be able to get the coarse hair on bikini line and underarms and Brazilian and pretty much all the hair types. So if you're just looking for one sugar to kind of do everything, the medium is really a great starting point. And just, once you try it, if there's some reason you don't like it, you can try a different flavor, but that would be a good recommendation for me from me to you to just try the medium. And the medium for me, what I like it for is for the face, because the face is kind of a hotter spot of the body, but the hair on the face is finer on most people. You're gonna get the peach fuzz or just the little bit softer hairs on the upper lip or the chin, and even brows sometimes can be finer hairs and intermixed with the coarse hairs. So the medium I find is strong enough to get the coarse hairs, but soft enough to also pick up a lot of the finer hairs, and it doesn't melt as quickly as the medium soft and the soft. So it's a nice one on the face, especially like if you're like me and like a lot of people, the face just tends to be a little bit warmer in temperature. So like for instance, when I've done a brow and I've used the soft, sometimes it can start getting too soft and I end up pulling it off with a strip because I can't get the flick. It just melts a little bit too fast. So that's the most I'll say about the medium for right now. The medium soft is going to be in between the soft and the medium. It's not as soft as the soft, but it's still going to be a little bit better for getting the finer hairs. So the medium soft is usually a good option when you're doing legs. Legs can kind of have a mixture of thick hair and some finer hairs, so that's kind of a nice one. Plus, if you're a professional and you're doing this on a regular basis, the medium soft is going to be easier to spread on, so it's easier on your hands when you're applying it, especially if you're trying to do it fast and get it done quickly. So the medium soft just goes on a little bit faster, smoother, and it's a little more challenging to flick off, especially when you're learning. So that's why, for people that are learning the flick method, I do recommend the firmer sugars, but the medium soft is kind of the ideal one for legs and arms once you are really good at getting the flick method. So now I'll talk about the soft sugar. The soft sugar is actually one of our least popular ones, and I think that's because of me, because I highly recommend doing the paste method. But the soft sugar is great for doing sugaring if you're using the strip method. And I'm going to be talking about the strip method in one of the later videos. But the strip method is basically like waxing, where you take the soft sugar onto a spatula or a stick, and you put it onto the skin, and then you put a strip over and flick it off. And with the soft sugar, it's just going to be the easiest one to do that with, because sugar it tends to be pretty heavy. It's much heavier than waxing. So the thinner, lighter sugar that you have, the easier it is to work with, and the further distance you'll get out of your sugar. It'll go on thinner, it'll go on easier, and so you can actually get more surface area when you're using the soft sugar if you're using the strip method. The soft sugar that I make is still firm enough that you can use it with the flick method, but most people have to have some experience with doing the flick method for it to really work. If you just started off with the soft sugar right from the get-go, you will feel it'll just be a lot more challenging. You can do it, and I have seen people do it in some of my sugaring classes where they want to start with the soft sugar and they do fine, but it is going to be more challenging because it's the easiest one to melt. It melts the fastest. You wouldn't want to start trying it on a hot spot of the body like an underarm or a bikini line, although if you were going to get the soft and you wanted to learn with the soft, I would start without heating it up at all, just so it's very firm to start with, and it won't melt as fast. So that wraps it up for those 3 flavors. Of course, if you have questions, you can contact us at mypinkwink1@gmail.com, or just go to the website mygoldsugar.com and you can put in a comment and we'll make sure to answer your question that way too. So thanks for tuning in, and be tuned in for the next video where we will be talking about the temperature of sugar and what temperature to start with when doing sugaring. Thank you.